Hi everyone, it's Cherie here from Elevate My Clinic. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've been talking to some clients about scripts and whether scripts actually work, whether they make a difference to your sales and your bottom line, and we can tell you that yes, they do. They make such a difference. And scripts don't need to be really robotic, like your, my name is, those really robotic scripts. They just can be so natural and they can be brought into conversation. But giving your team some scripts will actually help them when it comes to sales. It will help them to overcome buying objections. It will help them to start a conversation about sales, especially if your team are making some of the biggest mistakes that we see, which is too much chatting. They just get caught up with too much chatting. So let's just cover some of the problems that we see when it comes to scripts and what your team are probably saying to their clients. So one of the first problems is they get caught up with chatting, too much chatting. It's it's great to build rapport, don't get me wrong, but there needs to be time to talk about sales. And the second thing is the questions that they're asking are yes or no questions. So they're questions that can be answered yes or no. And third of all, if they're chatting so much, they're having a really good conversation, they don't know how to then bring in a sales conversation. So you're probably agreeing with me right now, and it can be really frustrating for a clinic owner. So here are some small changes that you can make. First of all, asking open-ended questions. So that is questions that start with who, what, when, why, how, because the answer cannot be yes or no. And the great thing about open-ended questions is it gets the client talking about some of their frustrations, their issues, about their skin. It's a really good way to get a conversation happening. Second of all, giving them two options. So when it comes to the close, or when you're talking to them about which products or treatment path they want to go on, giving them two options. That way they're choosing between two options and they're now not choosing yes or no. So an example could be, Mrs. Smith, today would you like to look at the minimum maintenance package or the maximum results? And really interestingly enough, clients, when you say maximum results, they don't want to miss out. They just don't want to miss out on maximum results, and they will talk themselves into maximum results. It's really, really interesting. And third of all is having a really good sales question one-liner. So one question that you can give your team that they can ask a client when it comes up in conversation, or when they can bring it up in conversation. And that way it's a question that they have in the back of their mind, and they're looking for an opportunity to ask the question. So it could be if you've got a client who comes in regularly for waxing and you now want to convert them to an IPL or a laser client, one of the questions could be, Mrs. Smith, have you thought about IPL? Another great question, because if you're in one of those states that's been in lockdown, now's a really good time to be asking people, how is your skin feeling after lockdown? I know it's tough. If you're in lockdown, reach out. We can help you. We really feel for the states that are in lockdown, but take all these trainings, all these learnings, so when you open back up, you can hit the ground running. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Talk soon.